There are many ways to explain business integrated governance, and we're going to introduce the components of it later. But we're going to start by telling a little story. Let's begin by understanding that our organizations constantly balance run and change activity to meet today's targets as well as tomorrow's. Our boards and exec teams listen to the environment. They capture drivers for change. The big model recognizes that organizations have to deal with multiple issues. It classifies these as stimuli, opportunities, threats, imperatives and goals, OTIGs we call them, which need to be evaluated and balanced in order to develop an effective risk-based strategy. We evaluate their importance and build them into our vision and strategy, where we take account of our current state, strengths and weaknesses. Our expectations are communicated with objectives for change, challenges for innovation, and targets for business as usual. We call these OTCs. OTCs enable the strategy to be implemented and will give rise to key performance indicators and the key results indicators to verify they are being or have been achieved. Some will require immediate response, for example, regulatory response and compliance, or significant business risk elimination, avoidance or mitigation. Others will require further decisions to be made based on business performance and developing circumstances. These must be mapped into our organization, but change often spans departmental boundaries, so accountability does not always sit with a department head for a program that could span many departments. The way to solve this cross-organization accountability challenge is to define accountability nodes and map them onto the organization, enabling us to be clear where accountability lies for cross-business unit activities and investments. This enables the accountability for OTCs to be clearly decomposed into the organization, typically driven with business case or business plan. For example, main board has a relation to owners and the environment. It gets things done through portfolio and operations for change and BAU delivery respectively. We share information on objectives, targets and progress. Portfolio gets things done through projects, programs and products. The big model recognizes what information we need and focuses on how that can be shared and collated for governance and assurance. The last slide talks about portfolios of change, but we can also have portfolios of products or value streams. Those value streams or product portfolios may deliver their products through programs and projects, but they also may deliver them through less finite methods, through continuous delivery, through agile methods, for example. Both scenarios are fine. We just need to understand what the remit of a delivery organization is and understand what its boundaries are, so we can make decisions across all of the products that we have in our portfolio. Each accountability node manages governance. We have regular inputs of performance and forecast information. We have ad hoc inputs, for example, updates to opportunities and threats. We have business that each accountability node does. We review, we advise, we direct. Governance activity provides output. We expect output such as decisions and action setting, identification of new risks and issues, and communications. For example, a main board may update the objectives it gives to the business. Most organizations try to manage this with point-to-point information sharing. Excel is king. The big model encourages us to share our information through a framework where we don't send data point to point. This is possible as many of us now have collaboration tools, for example Teams, management information platforms, for example Power BI, and integration toolsets and data platforms, Data Factory, Flow, Logic Apps, and specialist integration tools, for example. With effective information design and ongoing information design, we can capture data from relevant tools and join it up to meet our management information needs. While technically possible, the only thing that now stops us is taking a holistic view and getting on with it.